10 new football rules you didn't know about, and how they change the game. The beautiful game is constantly evolving with new rules being introduced to keep up with the times. Some of these new laws of the game have already been implemented while others are still being tested. Here are 10 brand new football rules that you probably didn't know about and how they could change the future of football forever. Number 10. No more handballs. You can now score with your hand or your arm as long as you do not gain an advantage by making that contact. This new rule is all about allowing attackers more freedom when trying to get on the score sheet. For defenders, it also means they can now make a play on the ball without the fear of conceding a penalty if their hand or arm comes in contact with the ball. This has already been implemented and will be interesting to see how it changes the game over time. Number 9. Offside trap. This one isn't fully rolled out yet, but it looks like it might be coming soon. The offside trap is one of the most exciting parts of the modern game. However, it's also very easy for a player to get caught in an offside position by just running into space. This new rule proposes that a player will only be offside if he makes an active movement to try and get into an offside position. If a defender plays the ball to an attacker who runs into space behind the defense without making any movement to try and get there, then he would not be considered offside. I think this is a great rule that could open up the game even more than it already is. Number 8. Drop ball. The drop ball is used in situations where the game has to be restarted but no team is at fault for the delay. Usually the ball goes out of play. The referee drops the ball between two players from opposing teams and play resumes. But the new rule states that the referee should use a drop ball only when both team captains agree. This will come into play when the ball crosses the wrong line, the ball gets stuck in the net, or in other situations where the referee deems necessary. It was first trialled at the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup and is currently being used in some competitions. 7. No more post-scoring celebrations. This is another rule that has already been implemented. If a player scores a goal and removes his shirt in celebration, he will now be shown a yellow card. This is to prevent players from deliberately taking off their shirt to show off their physique or to show messages on the shirt. There were some calls for players to be banned for diving, but thankfully that hasn't happened yet. And hopefully it never will. That would take away the beauty of the game. Number 6. Longer extra time. For major tournaments like the World Cup and the Champions League, extra time will now be 30 minutes instead of the traditional 15. The halves will be 15 minutes each with a new golden goal rule to decide a winner. If the score is still level after the 30 minutes, the game will go straight to a penalty shootout. This new rule allows for more time for teams to find a winner in normal time and could also allow substitutes to have more of an impact on the game. Number 5. No more stoppage time. Stoppage time was always a confusing part of the game. Referees would add on different amounts of time depending on what they felt the game deserved. Now there is a new formula to calculate stoppage time. In simple terms, the amount of stoppage time added on is equal to the amount of time a game is delayed by stoppages in play. So if a game is delayed by 3 minutes, 3 minutes of stoppage time will be added on. Substitutions, injuries, and other stoppages will be tracked by an official and communicated to the referee, who will add on the appropriate amount of time. Number 4. No more offside in the penalty area. This is one of the most controversial changes to the law of the game in recent years. Essentially, the rule states that a player cannot be penalized for being in an offside position if he is inside the penalty area. This is to prevent defenders from deliberately playing the offside trap and catching attackers in an offside position. It also prevents goalkeepers from kicking the ball forward to their forwards who are always in an offside position. This rule has already been implemented, and we'll have to see how it affects the tactics teams employ over time. Number 3. No more offside traps. Offside traps are an exciting part of the modern game, but they can also lead to unfair advantages for the attacking team. This new rule aims to prevent teams from deliberately playing the ball forward to catch their opponents off guard. Teams will be banned from intentionally playing the ball to an attacker who is in an offside position. This rule has already been implemented, and it'll be interesting to see how it impacts the way teams play. Number 2. Equal substitutions. In the past, teams were allowed to make a maximum of 3 substitutions during a match. However, the new rule allows for 5 substitutions per team per match. This gives managers more options to change the course of a game and allows for more substitutes to get game time. The rule also states that teams can only make substitutions when the ball is out of play. This prevents teams from wasting time by making substitutions when the ball is in play. Number 1. No more 2 yellow card red cards. In the past, a player would be given a red card if he received 2 yellow cards in a match. However, the new rule states that a player will only be sent off if he receives 2 yellow cards in a match, and the referee believes that the player intentionally tried to get a second yellow card. This is to prevent players from deliberately picking up 2 yellow cards to try and get their opponents sent off. It also prevents referees from being biased towards certain players by giving them 2 yellow cards when they do NT deserve it. If you think we missed any new football rules that should have made the list, then comment them below. But before you do, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. With that said, check out this video next.